Hey, everyone. It's Sam with the MissionMonday.com. And on the other side of the interweb is somebody who has a pompadour.
Morning, Sam.
Hey, good to see you, Mark. How you doing today?
Good. How you doing?
It's easily 10 degrees colder outside here at the Mission Monday East Coast, Nebraska affiliate.
Yeah, but at least you're still rocking the outside, and I have not chosen to rock the outside myself.
That's all right. You know, we all got to have her something.
Yep.
That's what I'm.
The pompadour today.
Right on. Hey, do you remember what we talked about doing for this week's mission?
I do.
Well, it's kind of your thing. So you want to talk about it a little bit?
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, what we're going to do is ask kids to just say, okay, when we ask them to do something. Because so many times kids choose to sometimes not say anything, or sometimes they will say, make me, or sometimes they will say, I don't want to do that, or whatever it is. And so we're just asking them to say, okay, because if you choose to do something else, you will engage in a power struggle with the person asking you, most likely, and we want to avoid that for you.
Now, I had been thinking about our other stakeholders and their students, staff, parents, volunteers. Of course, you're just talking about students right now. And I had this really good notion worked up in my head, which I'm still going to talk about, of what, parents, staff, and volunteers, your role is in this mission. But then I looked at the date and realized that this mission is for Halloween.
Oh, the one you're thinking of?
What we're doing right now, this will be rolling out on Halloween.
Oh.
Because right now, Mark, you and I are in the future.
Yeah, I forget that, Sam, because
That's okay. That's okay.
I have I'm living in the present.
I beg to differ. You are very much in the present. You do a great job of being in the present. Anyway, so on Halloween, to get this mission kicked off, I imagine there are going to be some requests made by your children or students that are out of the ordinary that you might say no to. Like, can I have that 18th Almond Joy? No. And maybe the kiddos should just say, okay. Or okay. there might be some unusual requests as to, can I bring this to school for my costume? As an administrator, parents, I encourage you to say no. And kiddos, you can just say okay. And Mark, that might make some teachers.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt. Yeah, what you're doing, it doesn't hurt to ask, right? We want them to ask the question, but we also want them to accept a no as an answer.
Absolutely. Now, a little bit further on that, I would also say for parents, for staff, or volunteers, this would also be a great week for you to maybe give some constructive criticism. That we do a lot of things with Mission Monday where we're fostering investment in that kid, building them up, putting deposits in that emotional bank account. Now is a good time of year to say, hey, you know what? There's some things you do really well, but I'm going to give you just a little piece of constructive criticism. This is something that I think you could do a little bit better. And students, that's a great time for you to just say, okay. And parents, I think sometimes we give, and teachers as well, we give constructive criticism in the heat of the moment when we're angry or we're at least frustrated, and it's not super constructive. But if you take some time this week and think about what's something I want my child or my student to do better, think through how you want that conversation to go. And with our students knowing sometimes you're going to hear stuff you don't want to hear, just say okay. I think hopefully we can facilitate some good conversations this week. What do you think about that, Mark?
Yeah, for sure. And again, we're trying to help you. A lot of people avoid an argument or a power struggle just because you are saying something different than okay. So if it's like, hey, can you take out the trash? Okay. And doing it is way better than, can you take out the trash? I did it last week. It's not my turn. I'm not the one to put the trash in there. So, okay, get it done. Move on with your life. It's so much simpler. Or you didn't get your homework in. I need you to stay in at recess and take care of it. Okay. And then you can get it done and move on. It's so much simpler. So, this one can be even for spouses and for staff.
Bold move, Cotton.
Okay, go ahead. What's that?
That's a bold move.
Well,
I'm looking forward to you. I'm looking forward to all these conversations we're going to hear about. I told my significant other this week, I'm gonna let you know some things that you might not want to hear, and I need you to just say okay. More power to you, people. But Mark might be more brave than I.
I think it depends on what you're asking.
It usually does, my friend. Hey, before we wrap up, I always want to give a shout out to Strive because they do a great job of helping schools tell other stories. So check them out at strive.tv, and we're going to help you tell some awesome stories. As always, check out our buddy Josh at Team Concepts. Mark, you have anything else before we wrap up?
I do not.
All right. Hey, Mark, before you go back to bed, would you make sure you take out the trash for me?
Okay, Sam.
Perfect. See you next time, brother.
Bye.